From the Storm Team Weather Lab, KAMC meteorologist Lance Blocker.
And I hope you had a chance to enjoy some of the nice weather we had today. Beautiful skies across the South Plains, and we're starting to see that deteriorate a little bit as some cloud cover moves in, but we don't see much in the way here from our South Lubbock sky cam. We will see those clouds move in overnight tonight. We're going to start out the day with some cloud cover as well, but look at this map behind me right here. Big temperature change across the area today, minus 31 degrees compared to this time yesterday. And guess what? Yesterday I showed you this same map and we were 20 degrees warmer than the day before, right? So welcome to West Texas. If you're not from here, this is what happens here, right? Lows tonight across the South Plains is going to be in the mid to upper 30s for most of us. We'll see some possible frost and freeze northwest of town. And as we move through the day tomorrow, average high of 74. We're not going to be off that too much. 71 for us here for the hub city. And then we'll see temperatures on Tuesday warming up a pretty good jump here, 86 degrees for us here, mid to upper 80s throughout the region. Now, we've had a whole lot going on with the weather the last few weeks in terms of temperature, but not so much in terms of precip, right? Well, a big deal with that has got to do with the La Nina that we have firmly in place now. We're going to do a real quick update on that at this hour. We've moved down to zone 3.4, and this is where we check to see the sea surface temperatures here. See all that blue right here, right? A little bit of red northeast, right? But that's where we're going to see colder than average temperatures across the zone 3.4, right? So about 1.2 degrees Celsius below average. That means an 85% chance that this La Nina will last. It does mean the La Nina conditions are present. We expect that to last through the spring of 2021. Now, here's the big deal here too. This temperature graph shows where we are right now. Sea surface temperatures go down through the winter, and then as we emerge into the spring, warming back up, becoming neutral, right? So when we get into this type of a return to neutral type phase, it's kind of good news for us because guess what? And this is where, if you're an ag producer, pay attention to this part right here, right? Because the long-term forecast, when we look at this at previous La Nina to neutral phases, in the springtime, we tend to get more active weather returning back into the region. So we've still got some ways to go before we can get more confident in this, but indications are that as we turn into the spring and the sea surface temperature begins to warm back up, returning back towards a neutral phase, again, perhaps a more active weather pattern for our next growing season. So we can all be very excited about that. Well, in the meantime, what does that mean across the U.S.? Well, that means wetter than average for the Pacific Northwest, wetter than average for the Ohio River Valley, but drier across the South. And then as we take a look temperature-wise, cooler air northwest, and then we'll be right around neutral. We'll be right around the average mark. That means we'll have some extreme cold and probably some warm temperatures as well. Now, let's take a look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, because remember what I just said? Pacific Northwest, La Nina, above average. Ohio Valley, above average. South, below average. I mean, it's basically the same thing, right? That's what we have in the outlook right now. That's because that La Nina is firmly in place. Temperature-wise, 8 to 14 days, we'll be happy about this, right around the average mark, maybe a couple degrees actually cooler, right? So 7-day forecast here definitely is showing dry conditions across the South Plains. Again, that roller coaster of temperatures, 88 for us here on Thursday. So we'll warm up through the week, but big cold front moves through Thursday night into Friday. 56 for us. If you're headed out Friday night for some football, very cold night on tap, 44 and windy, right? So next Friday night can be very cold. Saturday for the Texas Tech home game. Looks pretty pleasant, 63 degrees. Hopefully have a pleasant game on the field there too. And we'll have the latest in Red Raider Nation coming up just after this. Don't go anywhere.